Good evening. If we could go ahead and take our seats, I think we'll get started. Sorry, I didn't mean to blast you. I tend to talk loud enough without a microphone, but Katie said I had to use it. So if I talk too loud, let me know and just do this, okay? I'm Dr. Tammy McEwen. I'm the Division of the Natural Sciences Department. Natural Sciences and Mathematics Department here at Southwestern. And it is my distinct pleasure to welcome you here this evening. This dinner is in honor of the 2023 Southwestern College Natural Sciences Hall of Fame inductees, Steph Kesler and Dr. Dustin Wilgers, and to formally recognize 2022 inductee, Dr. Bryan Dennett. These three individuals represent the Division of Natural Sciences and Mathematics and our college so very well. They all relentlessly pursued their aspirations. And yes, they have brilliant minds, but they are equally hard workers, dedicated to using what they learned and continue to learn and improve the lives of those in communities and spaces they serve. They are good people of incredible character. They are true builders. These three are being honored tonight in large part because of the work they do and because they do the work. They are leaders in their chosen fields, but they are also leaders in their communities. Our Hall of Fame inductees make us proud and remind us of the importance of the mission-critical work we do together as teachers and learners each day at Southwestern College. Lives are changed on this campus, and this campus is a springboard. As our graduates continue on from here, as lifelong learners and servant leaders, they are change makers, ready to take on challenges and find creative solutions. As we celebrate our graduates, we celebrate our college and what is possible. We will begin with some introductions of special guests, enjoy our meal, and then we'll take a brief break before beginning the formal induction ceremony. So first I would like to introduce some special guests that are with us tonight. First, any previous Hall of Famers from any Hall of Fame, not just Natural Sciences and Mathematics, as well as their family members, please stand. Yeah, all right. We are so pleased that each of you has joined us. It is our privilege to celebrate your achievements and the achievements of your loved ones. Our division is so fortunate to have a strong foundation of faculty who built and have contributed to the strength of our division, whose work continues on through the lives of our alumni. At this time, I would invite any retired faculty in the room to please stand for our recognition and gratitude. Max and Charlie are going to get tired of the standing stuff. I would also like to briefly introduce current faculty who are in attendance. So please stand when I introduce you. First, Ms. Lisa Braun, who happens to be a Hall of Fame class of 2022. Yeah. Dr. Pat Ross. Dr. Delaney Fonseca. Dr. Rashawn Adhikari. And I don't think Michael's here yet. So I think that's all of us. And me. Finally, I would like to introduce the current students who are in attendance and seated, I thought maybe throughout the room, but they're gathered up here. So as I announce your name, please stand. First is Ashley Cochran. Ashley is a junior/senior from Wichita, Kansas, who's majoring in marine biology. Her current career interest is marine mammal enrichment and perhaps coastal restoration. She's really interested in conservation stuff. She's serving as the president of Tri Beta. In addition, she is a member of the leadership team, right? And a member of the track team, right? Is that right? Did I get that right? Okay. Taylor Korte. Taylor is technically a junior in her second year of college, who's from Iola, Kansas, and also majoring in marine biology. Her current future plans include pursuing a master's degree in marine biology and a career in marine conservation, focusing on sharks and rays. She's a Tri Beta historian, a member of the Spirit Squad and discipleship team. Are you also an RA for Cole?
Broadhurst.
Oh, RA for Broadhurst. She's a tutor for my Bio 1 class. And this past summer, she spent the summer in the Florida Keys and in Alabama studying sea turtles and their nesting. And then we have Hannah Weber. Hannah is a junior from Goddard, Kansas, who's majoring in health science and minoring in leadership. Her career goal is to be a physician assistant. She is a highly engaged student, like all of our others. She's a starter on the volleyball team, vice president of student concerns for SGA, treasurer for the pre-health professionals, a member of the leadership team, the math club, and the Hope Squad. So, we in the natural sciences are very proud of these students that are here tonight. And I invite you to, maybe we'll make them move around a little bit, but as you see them, please engage with them and ask them questions about their interest in their studies. Again, on behalf of our academic division and Southwestern College, I thank you for gathering here to honor the Hall of Fame inductees and to recognize the significance Southwestern College has played in the lives of many. Now, I invite Taylor to come forward and offer an invocation before we enjoy dinner.
All right, if you'll bow your heads with me, please. Dear Lord, thank you for bringing us all here together today. Thank you for Southwestern College and all the people who have passed through it. Thank you for this food we have been blessed with. May it nourish our bodies. May we learn from one another tonight in fellowship, Lord. It's in your name we pray. Amen.
Good evening. Good evening. Hello, I'm President Liz Frombgen, and I am so happy to be with you tonight. I am so proud every day to serve as the 20th president of Southwestern College. It is my privilege tonight to offer a welcome and to celebrate the work and service of three incredible, deserving individuals alongside the rest of you tonight. The academic strength and reputation of our natural science and mathematics division remains a point of pride for Southwestern College. And it is an important part of our identity as an institution. Of course, that strength is attributed to an incredible lineage of faculty, many of in this room, who have built programs with care and rigor. These programs within the natural sciences attract a kind of student who is curious and driven, as exemplified by the three women here tonight. Students like those in attendance with us today, but also demonstrated by our former students in the room, alumni who have taken what your college has given you, what you've learned from your faculty and staff, the character you've gained through hard work and commitment, and you've put it on full display in your lives and careers. I want to thank all of you with us tonight who serve or have served on the Natural Sciences Advisory Council. Your support and guidance lend to the progress made by our students, empowers the work of our faculty, and contributes to the relevance of the curriculum. Tonight we celebrate a strong tradition of excellence found at Southwestern College. These inductees serve as proof points, evidence of the good work of our faculty from generation to generation, and of what our students are capable of. As I think of the many contributions of our inductees and former inductees in the room, I imagine what is to come for our current students, ladies. They represent so much potential and possibility. You know I love you. The Hall of Fame class of 2023 is represented by three individuals who are truly great builders. All three of them are creative problem solvers with caring hearts, great examples of leaders in their fields, whether that involves caring for patients in our community, designing complex telecommunication systems in Alaska, or teaching the next generation of scientists in McPherson. The legacy continues on with the students who call Southwestern home today. To our current students who are in attendance, thank you for coming tonight. Thank you for your commitment to academic discovery and leadership of our campus community. As Tammy introduced all of them, I mean, you can tell they are deeply involved in all the things all the time on our campus. I see them, each one of them, almost every day, which is always a joy. You make me so proud. And I am sure that you will soon get to work using what you've learned in Beach Science Center from these incredible faculty and across campus in your various engagements and activities. It won't be long in your work and dedication, your character will undoubtedly earn your nominations to this Hall of Fame. It's exciting to imagine the many incredible possibilities that lie ahead for each of you. To know that your faculty and staff are always, and your president, always here cheering you on. You make us proud. I also want to take a moment to recognize the work of this faculty. These are brilliant teachers and caring mentors. They give all they have to our students every single day. And that is so deeply inspiring to me. I can tell you that in the last 12 months, certainly one of my most favorite memories, my favorite day is commencement. It's not the first day, it's commencement. It can be 95 degrees on that field. We can all be wearing those black robes in the world's most uncomfortable shoes with the sun out, make it through commencement without too much crying, but some. And at the end, the best moment is when the faculty rush the students. And there's hugging. It's a little bit chaotic, but in a really good way. There's high-fiving, there's hugging, there's crying, there's pictures, there's parents. It's all the things all the time that we say. It is a wonderful, wonderful vision and thing to be part of. Their dedication makes all the difference. They are an amazing bunch of people. So can we just thank the faculty? Without them, I'm going to say, the honorees would likely not be here, and I think our students would not be here. So, again, I want to thank you for coming tonight and recognize our honorees. Thank you for being great examples to our students and great representatives of our college in the places you work and where you serve. Thank you for being the ambassadors of this little college that you are in all the ways you are able. Again, my sincere congratulations on your well-earned recognition this evening, and thank you for being builders. Welcome home. And at this time, I'm going to invite Dr. Tammy McEwen back up here to lead the program forward. Tammy, join me. Thank you all.
All right, hello again. It really is my joy to serve as the host for the induction ceremony of new members into our Southwestern College Natural Science Hall of Fame this evening. And it's truly a privilege to be here with all of you this evening to celebrate the achievements of our selected natural sciences and mathematics alumni. As President Liz mentioned, and I'm sure you are all aware, the Natural Sciences and Mathematics Division of Southwestern College has a long history of academic excellence and achievement. And it is amazing to realize and acknowledge the collective difference our graduates have had on the world. All the lives that they've touched, building on what they learned here at Southwestern College. The Hall of Fame was established in 2001 to honor the achievements of our science graduates. For that first Hall of Fame, 10 outstanding science graduates were inducted. And I understand it was quite a production, 10 at once. Every year since then, a few more deserving alumni are inducted in recognition of their substantial contributions to the field of science and their continuing dedication to Southwestern College and its goals. As of now, the Hall of Fame consists of well more than 50 members from a wide array of scientific fields, including medicine, statistics, meteorology, environmental toxicology, computer science, nuclear physics, industrial chemistry, ecology, telecommunications, so on and so forth. Nominations for the Science Hall of Fame are solicited each year from faculty, alumni, and friends of the college. Once a year, a committee that includes a representative from institutional advancement and alumni relations, the division chair, and a few other science faculty meet to carefully examine the nominees and choose the honorees for the year. This evening, we will add 2 more individuals to this incredible group, Steph Kesler and Dr. Dustin Wilgers, and we will formally recognize Dr. Bryan Dennett, who was inducted to the Hall of Fame last year, but had to postpone his recognition due to health complications. We are so grateful that he is able to join us here tonight. As I stated earlier, these individuals are shining examples of the builder spirit and servant leadership. They probably consider themselves ordinary, everyday people. They haven't won the Nobel Prize in their respective disciplines, but in actuality, they are extraordinary individuals who have worked extremely hard and never hesitated to do their utmost to make the world a better place for others. Their contributions and impact on patients, students, colleagues, co-workers, and members of their communities are innumerable and immeasurable, and continue to send positive ripples forward. Bryan, Steph, Dustin, thank you. I would now direct your attention to the beautiful glass creations on the table to my right for each of the inductees. These handcrafted pieces of art are given annually to the Natural Sciences Hall of Fame inductees. They are created by Mr. Scott Hartley, class of '97, a Southwestern science major who went on to combine his artistic talents and his knowledge of science to become a master glass blower. Scott is also a member of our Fine Arts Hall of Fame. Now, without further ado, at this time I invite Dr. Pat Ross forward to make the introduction of Dr. Bryan Dennett.
Thank you, Tammy. One of the things that I've noticed as I've been watching the slides go, I want to make a request of our institutional development folks. I love the yearbook pictures. I don't want to see these people successful and well-dressed and well-manicured. I want to see haircuts from the 70s. I want to see suits from the 20s. I mean, look at this guy now. Dustin Wilgers. Nice-looking fellow. Got himself together. You want to see him from 1997. This guy was a mess. So if we could go back to the yearbook pictures, I love these tours through the decades of Southwestern College. So let me talk about Bryan Dennett. Bryan Dennett came to Southwestern College in 1988, just down the road from his home in Augusta. I'm not sure if he looked around at any other schools, but lucky for me, he chose Southwestern College. And yes, I said lucky for me, but there'll be more on that later. While at SC, Bryan was an active and enthusiastic participant in the full range of campus offerings, including Tri Beta, choir, Theta Phi Delta, the Collegian, Stu Fu, and theater, much like many of my over-involved students that I see every day. Amazingly, even with all of these extracurricular activities, Bryan had a stellar academic career, receiving multiple scholarly honors, including Master Builder, Order of the Mound, and Valedictorian. And somewhere in between his studies and his extracurricular activities, Bryan was also able to convince a young nursing student to become his wife. Nice job. Bryan parlayed his success in the classroom into acceptance into the University of Kansas School of Medicine, where he received his MD in 1996 and became board certified in family medicine and palliative hospice care. He subsequently returned to Winfield to become a vital and dedicated part of our community health and wellness community. He set up a practice with Brian Davis, another SC alum, providing medical services to families throughout the county. Bryan quickly took on several leadership positions throughout the community, including running the Harry Hines Memorial Hospice, becoming chief of staff at William Newton Hospital, consulting at area nursing homes and senior centers, and serving as county coroner for multiple years. Bryan has also become a vital part of the ongoing educational mission at his alma mater, Southwestern College, both in his capacity as a physician and as a fervent supporter of the college through its many ups and downs. For many years, he served as the team physician for many of our athletes, as well as being the medical director for our athletic training education program. He's been a speaker for our Careers in Health Sciences seminar, as well as staging mock interviews for students hoping to get into graduate medical programs. Bryan also served on the Natural Sciences Advisory Board before the Board of Trustees stole him and made him one of their own. More recently, Bryan was instrumental in helping the Winfield community as a whole navigate through the COVID pandemic health crisis with his patients and others. And most recently, he, along with Brian Davis, has helped bring an urgent care facility to Winfield to broaden the community's ability to meet the healthcare needs of its residents. Now, at the beginning of my introduction, I told you that it was lucky for me that Bryan chose Southwestern to begin his professional journey. And I don't believe I am violating any HIPAA regulations, please, Bryan, tell me if I am, by telling you all that Bryan is my family's doctor. I doubt that if Bryan had gone to any other college that he would have ended up in Winfield to take care of my family for the last 24 years. And that is what I want to share with you. Bryan's commitment to caring for others. I've witnessed his heartfelt desire to make a difference in the world firsthand on so many different occasions and in so many different aspects of his life. First, he's a great doctor. He guided my family through numerous health issues over the years, from sniffles and coughs to herniated discs, ACL tears, and cancer. His interactions with me have always been positive. He wraps his clinical expertise in genuine warmth and good humor. I assume you do that with all your other patients. Probably not just me. He offers care options that always made me feel empowered as his patient. My conversations with some of my colleagues who also have been under Bryan's care indicate that he treats all of his patients with the same level of caring dignity and respect. And I really did hope it was just me. There it goes. He was there as we figured out how to raise our kids, from their first doctor visits to their college physicals and everything in between. He's great with kids. I love watching him with my kids, being totally involved in their lives, asking questions, showing that he really knows who they are and what their history is. He creates a comfortable, relaxed environment where they're completely at ease, sharing their personal health concerns with Dr. Bryan. Even now, my regular visits always include inquiries about how my kids, Sam and Anna, are doing at college. And he also saved my mother-in-law's life when he recognized that her lethargy during a visit was the result of a subdural hematoma, and quickly rushed her to Wichita for emergency brain surgery. I know that he cares deeply for his family, and along with Debbie has produced some lovely human beings. During high school, my son developed a friendship with their youngest son, Cameron, who was a year older than Sam. I found Cameron to be just as warm-hearted as his old man. I've also met Savannah a few times while she scribed for Bryan. I love seeing her clearly enjoy working alongside her father, occasionally rolling her eyes at his jokes when she thought he didn't notice. Bryan's caring nature extends to the college and all the myriad ways that he gives back to the institution that gave him the start to his medical career. He has always been there when we needed his advice and expertise. During his time on the Science Advisory Council, I could always count on him for insightful questions that cut to the heart of any issue. I knew that if he raised his hand during one of our alumni meetings, he was either going to offer an insightful solution or shred my carefully crafted argument for a new venture. My conversations with some of the other trustees indicate a similar level of respect for Bryan's keen critical thinking skills and his commitment to moving the college forward. Not only does Bryan care for my family and my college, but he also deeply cares for this community, my hometown. He frequently goes above and beyond the call of duty to make Winfield healthier and better educated. And amazingly, he makes it all seem effortless. I take a look at the laundry list of things he does for this town, and I don't know how he fits it all in. He never seems rushed. He never seems brusque to his interactions, even when I pester him for a curbside consult when he's just trying to take a walk with his wife. In so many ways, Bryan cares for all of us, and it shows in his words and his actions. So when Bryan was diagnosed with leukemia a year and a half ago, an entire community held its breath, fearing the worst. Everyone wanted to know, how is Bryan doing? Have you heard? How's he doing? What's the prognosis? How is his family? The man who cared for so many of us for so many years was sick, and it was serious. Some of us prayed, some of us crossed our fingers, some of us just cried. And exactly a year ago, I had the honor of giving out a Hall of Fame award to a man who couldn't be there because he was receiving a life-saving bone marrow transplant. To fight for his life, a life that means so much to so many in this town. And as I read Bryan's biography in the fall, as I read Bryan's biography in the fall of 2022, in this very room, a year ago tonight, I wondered if I'd ever get the chance to place this award in his hands. And now I can. So, from the bottom of my heart, the hearts of my family, my Southwestern colleagues, and the town of Winfield, I'm so happy to welcome you into the Natural Sciences Hall of Fame this evening. Sure, I'll do that.
Okay. I'm scared for them to give it to me. It's in 2 pieces and it's breakable. So.
Yeah, we've surprised some people for. Ooh. I'm going to tuck this one.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh,
sorry. Oh, for picture.
Okay, this is just so Ashley can
Takes
get
back
a picture.
since-
There you go.
Okay.
There, Ashley gets a picture of it. Yes, and then I'll take it back. And Debbie as well. Okay, I'll take it back for you now. Okay, it is in 2 pieces, yes. Now they're all.
I did not break it, you guys, so carry on. Wow, that was like really nice. I would not, those are very kind words. I think, first of all, just thank you for the award. I'm truly, truly honored to get it. I would just tell you 2 things. One, just thank you for giving me an award for doing what I truly, truly, truly love doing. I get up every morning and I really do want to go to work. And you hear about people having a midlife crisis around my age, and I spent my midlife crisis in the hospital. While you guys were celebrating this last year, I was 100 days living in Kansas City, and I was like 30 days continuously in the hospital. And there was nothing I wanted to do more than get back to seeing patients and being a doctor. My goal in being a doctor, if you ever visit my office or if you ever talk to any of my employees, and if you ask them, what's your doctor's philosophy of medicine, they would take you to the wall just right outside my office that says, our goal is to be the best family physicians in the state of Kansas. And that is my goal. I get up every morning and I want to do that. And when we're like thinking about taking a shortcut, like let's don't call that insurance company or let's not fight, I point to the sign, like that's not what the best family doctor in Kansas would do. So let's don't do that. But the second thing I want to do is flip the script a little bit and honor Southwestern College. Because without Southwestern College, there's no way that I could have made it to medical school, much less graduated from college. And I don't want to take too much time, but I'm going to tell you my little come up story. So growing up in Augusta's kind of my hometown. I went to high school there, but really before then, we moved around a lot. And I went to 7 different schools really before I went to high school in Augusta. And I was kind of famous in Augusta for being a nice guy, but, quote, not a regular A student. And like my smart friends would make fun of me because a couple of times the teacher said, like, you did really good on that paper for a not a regular A student. And that was true. So when I decided when it was time to look at colleges, I really decided I wanted to be a pharmacist, and so I was going to go to KU because that's where the pharmacy school is. And so I talked to the only person I knew could get me there and back, my grandpa Anderson, who was like 70 years old, to take me on my college visit to KU. And I went to KU and I looked at the school, and my grandfather and I, we talked to the dean of the pharmacy school, and we got done talking to him. And he said, I don't think that you should come here. I don't think that you should come here. And I thought, well, what's going on? He's like, you won't succeed. You're not going to succeed here. You will not make it. You're not ready. This place will swallow you alive. You need to go and look for someplace else. And I remember my grandpa and I driving back, and he's like, you understood, what he said, right? And I like, yeah, it was very, very clear. Like, you don't come to KU, you're not going to make it. So I came back and talked to my guidance counselor, and I said, Mr. Fleming, they don't want me at KU. What should I do? And he said, I really think you ought to go look at Southwestern. It's just, you're from Augusta, it's not that far. And I'm like, Southwestern, okay, well, where is that? And he's like, well, it's in Winfield. And I said, okay, that's great. Where is that? And he's like, it's 30 miles south. And I still see him bumfuzzled. And he's like, do you know where 7th Street is here in town? Yes. He's like, take 7th Street south, keep going on 7th Street, 30 miles, go over a set of railroad tracks, turn left, you'll find it. And the visit changed my life. It really did. From the moment that I stepped onto campus, I really felt like this was going to be home. It took people who saw something in me to bring that out of me. I really had no idea that I could possibly go to medical school, that was a possibility for me, that I was capable of that. And within my freshman year, I could see where it was possible. And how did I learn that? I learned that from fellow students, older students who mentored us. So, if you guys are older students, think about the impact you can have on freshmen, telling us hey, that really is possible. You really could go to medical school. Here's what it's going to take. You're not going to have as much fun as you think you're going to have. It's, welcome to Mossman Basement. And truly, that didn't seem like such a hardship, because you would see people like Max Thompson and Charlie Hunter and Doc Wimmer, who were there at 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night, doing things and working and putting in that extra time, being available to us. And I know that tradition continues, because as a physician here in town, one of my great honors is teaching students and mentoring students. And so I've seen the dedication that you have put into students after we've left. So thank you for doing that. It really is making a difference. So that's my little come up story. I don't think I would have become a doctor or actually graduated from college if it wasn't for a fateful trip to Southwestern 30 miles south. So thank you very much. It's a great honor. I'm glad that I lived to see it. A year ago I wasn't so sure. So thank you very much.
Wow, congratulations. Now, it is my privilege to introduce Stephanie Kesler, class of 1980. Stephanie graduated magna cum laude with a Bachelor of Science degree in biology and a Bachelor of Arts degree in mathematics. She also earned a Master of Science degree in Science Management from the University of Alaska in Anchorage in 1990. Although she has strong family ties and history in Kansas, for the most part she grew up in Alaska, where she still lives. And I would characterize her as a strong Alaskan woman. Not only does she run, hike, ski, and mountain bike, but she does so almost all year long in a variety of environments, but mainly in Alaska. I've seen and been on some of the trails, such as at Resurrection Pass, where I know she has ridden her mountain bike. And it was tough enough to hike that path, walk that path. I am still, and always will be, in awe of her prowess and her stamina, characteristics that are exhibited and mirrored in all aspects of her personality and life. Steph's professional career as a telecommunications technologist and architect spanned the dawn and evolution of the internet era from 1991 to present day. She was truly one of the pioneers in this industry, and I'm betting that she was one of the very few women in this field. Yes. Which also makes her an excellent role model and pioneer for women in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, what we call STEM. Over the decades, she was a key member of the teams that built and expanded Alaska's modern telecommunications infrastructure and services. She also participated in several national standards-setting initiatives. Steph's strong passion for community and justice was nurtured at Southwestern, where she was involved in numerous extracurricular activities, including campus players and Tri Beta. She has carried this commitment to community on throughout her life. Her service runs the gamut from her neighborhood council to president of the Board of Providence, Alaska Medical System, to an appointed member of the Port of Alaska Commission. In March of 2015, she was inducted into the Anchorage Athena Society, which is a program of the Anchorage Chamber of Commerce and a local chapter of an international organization dedicated to encouraging the potential of women as valued members and leaders of the business community. Again, another pioneer. Above all, Southwestern holds a special place in her heart. Her Southwestern education and experience prepared her for a lifetime of learning, curiosity, and a commitment to community. If you know Steph or have had any interactions with her, no matter how brief, I think you would agree with me that her curiosity and her joie de vivre are always evident in all that she does. When I asked Max Thompson if he had any anecdotes from her time here as a student, he shared that, well, he couldn't think of much, but she trapped red-backed voles in Alaska and brought them back to SC as specimens. He further elaborated that probably doesn't sound very exciting, but it was quite exciting indeed at the time. It's really a shame that I couldn't ask Doc Wimmer about his memories of Steph, because I'm sure that he would have had more than a few to share. In addition, I know that he would be very proud of you and your accomplishments, and he would probably comment that he's not surprised in the least by your success. And I know that Steph's friends are also not surprised and are quite proud of her. I saw a Facebook post, I am Facebook friends with her, by the way, from Carol Laws, who is another SC alum, who said that Steph was the person she tried to raise her children to be like. What a compliment. Carol describes Steph as the most kind, well-rounded person she knows. She also said that when she and Steph lived in Sutton Hall, she learned so many things from Steph that she has used her whole life. She ended with saying that she is so proud of her and to be her friend, and that Southwestern, to this day, is still a better place because of Steph. I would agree with Carol. And I would like to express my gratitude to you for the shining example that you are of a woman in STEM. Especially to our students that are here tonight to bear witness to your induction into our Hall of Fame. So it's now, without further ado and with great pleasure, that I introduce to you and induct Stephanie Kesler into our Hall of Fame.
Ashley, hold this and I'll take it back. Congratulations.
Well, Katie knows that I was worried a little bit about crying. I thought I was going to make it through until you mentioned Dr. Wimmer, and then that was
As a faculty member, I know how proud I would be of my students, and I know how much he meant to you, and I just couldn't go without saying something.
Yeah. So I have a little speech, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do it. So what I would like to do is raise a toast to the long purple line of natural science builders and Southwestern builders. Here.
Cheers. Cheers.
So you guys are lucky, since I can't talk.
Oh, okay.
Right next.
All right.
And
We have a presentation. You ready for this, Dustin?
I think so.
Okay. No more tears?
Can't promise anything.
Where's Ted? Which adapter did you want me to use? Here you go, bud. Okay. Thank you. We're going to move over here so we get a better shot of what I want to share with everyone, and it's, of course, with our guest of honor. So it's my honor to introduce our next Hall of Fame inductee, Dustin Wilgers, especially since I was the one who nominated him for this award. After leaving SC in 2001 with a Bachelor of Science in Biology, Dustin went on to graduate school at Kansas State University for a master's degree and then the University of Nebraska-Lincoln for his PhD, specializing in the ecology and behavior of spiders. Apparently, he enjoyed his time at Southwestern College so much that he immediately took a position at McPherson College after finishing his graduate work. I'm saying that because he loved the small liberal arts atmosphere. If we had had a position here, I'm sure he would have come. As much as Dustin might have sought to emulate his undergraduate professors by taking a position at a teaching college, he has gone on to surpass all of us by being able to be an amazingly brilliant and clever educator while also continuing to make meaningful contributions to his field with ongoing research projects with his undergraduates. This includes authorship on 22 different research papers and 1 book chapter by my latest count. And Dustin's ability to be both a successful teacher and researcher led him to be recognized by his peers when he was elected president of the Kansas Academy of Sciences, as well as president of the Kansas Entomological Society. Now, although these accomplishments are quite laudatory, it is another aspect of Dustin's work in the sciences that makes him an ongoing role model for me. And that is his passion for educational outreach beyond the scope of his teaching duties at McPherson. Dustin regularly visits libraries, schools, and youth groups with his celebrated spider shows, bringing his love for these 8-legged wonders to kids all over Kansas and beyond. Further, he's written a series of children's books about Savannah Spider, super scientist, that shares his love for both nature and science in a way that his lectures and research papers can't quite manage. And that's what makes Dustin special in my eyes. Now, as much as I'd love to go through the details of Dustin's illustrious career, I'll leave it to you to read the other details of his biography. Because I got to be his professor. He's the 4th member of our Science Hall of Fame that I actually had as a student. So I know what he was like as a freshman. I went camping with him. We crawled through a cave together. You and Bryan have both seen me in my underwear. I think that's a first for our Hall of Fame dinner. More times with Bryan. You, I think it was just once. So I want to share a bit about Dustin from the time that I first got to meet him during his early years at Southwestern, when we both had quite a bit more hair and a lot less sounder judgment. They were fun times for both of us. Dustin and I both started at SC the same year in the fall of 1997. Our paths didn't really cross that first year as I stumbled through my first teaching assignments with upper division courses while Dustin stumbled through being a freshman. During the fall of 1998, Dustin was one of the first students in my revamped genetics and evolution course with a new weekly lab section. He, along with the rest of his cohort, are honestly one of my fondest memories of my years of teaching at Southwestern College. I looked through my Excel file with all your grades in it. We're not going to share what those grades were. But as I went through the list, I went, oh yeah, that guy. Oh my gosh. Oh, so many good people in one class. He and his buddies, James Larson, Matt Harris, you guys were already in this speech before you showed up tonight, okay? And Nathan Eckert were great students and great friends, but I wouldn't say that genetics was their favorite biological subject. One of their constant gripes was that too much of the biology curriculum was lab stuff, like mitosis and protein chemistry and cellular respiration and DNA. They felt that the true biologists like themselves should have just as many cool courses as the contemptible pre-meds. Yeah, Matt, you changed, I know. They acknowledged that the other parts of biology were important, but they really wanted more field biology courses. Remember those discussions? They pretty much would have spent every day out at our new field station if they could have managed it. Honestly, I don't think they were as much focused on the central questions of ecology and environmental sciences as they simply wanted to get dirty and play in the creek. Not that there's anything wrong with that. So they would pester me with, why don't we have a herpetology class? Why don't we have a mammalogy class? Why don't we have an ichthyology class? They would cry and wail. Can we go outside today? No. We're studying genetics. It's almost a constant refrain. Can we just do the lab outside? No. Sit down. Now, perhaps I exaggerate a little, but they could be quite insistent. So in honor of Dustin's ongoing efforts to introduce children to the world of biology, particularly the wonders of our spider friends, I have been inspired to write my own book about Dustin's early years at Southwestern College. And perhaps I can get some of that sweet, sweet book fair cash that Dustin keeps pumping into the McPherson Endowment Fund. This will be yours at the end of the evening. So what I'm going to read to you now is Dustin, the spider that asked too many questions. All right. I'll go here. One sunny day, Dustin the spider went to the school on the hill to learn about the world. That's a lot of steps, said Dustin. Why is the sky blue? Can we go outside to find out? George the turtle said, light refraction. Now be quiet and graph your data. Why do I look like Mama and Papa Spider? Can we go outside to find out? Patrick the guppy said, biparental inheritance. Now be quiet and finish your Punnett square. Why are flowers pretty? Can we go outside to find out? Max the hawk said, pollination. Now be quiet and memorize your plant families. Why is the world green? Can we go outside to find out? Gene the snake said, photosynthesis. Now be quiet and label your structures. Why are there so many animals? Can we go outside to find out? Charlie the crab said, evolution. Now be quiet and read origin of the species. Why do I need to eat? Can we go outside and find out? Terry the owl said, glycolysis. Now be quiet and count your carbons. This one's Julie's favorite. Why are there so many flies? Can we go outside and find out? Bob the cat said, exponential growth. Now be quiet and solve for x. Turns out I do not feel comfortable drawing the front of a cat's hindquarters, and so I had to put them in pants. Why is my cockroach cola so bubbly? Can we go outside and find out? Mike the walking stick said, the ideal gas law. Now be quiet and balance your equation. Whoops. Too far there, or did I miss one? There, okay. Dustin the spider did all the things his professors told him to do, but he still wasn't happy. I still want to go outside. And they said, why are you so sad? We gave you the answers. That's the problem. Look at how concerned they are there, including Bob the cat. Your answers are great, and you are all very wise, but I wanted to figure out the answers myself, and outside is the bestest place to find them. And questions are always more fun than answers. The professors didn't know what to say, for a change, so they had a meeting. That's the professor lounge there. Hum, rum, growl, caw, grumble, gurgle, tweet. The next day, all the professors and all the students went outside and asked questions all day long. And there's a special thing in there for you and Autumn.
Steal off the picture and I'll put it back.
Bingo.
Congratulations again.
Thank you.
That's okay.
All right. Pat, I think you have a bestseller here.
If you've got an agent.
Not that I know what a bestseller looks like, or it's like, because I don't have one. But one suggestion though, if you could change the spider to like not a tick. I work every day with kids on drawing accurate spiders,
Well,
and we have a great tick.
if you remember your undergraduate career, I was spending too much time getting the hair exactly right.
It's a lot of colors,
Yeah.
which is very reflective of my color style, my hairstyle at that time. Thank you so much. Okay, so when the Natural Science Hall of Fame started back in 2001, I was just a fresh graduate and just off to graduate school, and I was looking at the names of the inductees at the time when I left. And I saw all the things they had accomplished, and as I'm looking at the slideshow here, and I see all of the list of names and everything they've accomplished. If I told you that when I looked back in 2001 at the list, and I didn't look at the list and hope that my name would one day be included on that list, I'd be lying. If I told you that I thought it was at all possible to join the ranks of these great people, I would also be lying. So when I got the phone call from Ashley Mayo telling me I was inducted in the Natural Sciences Hall of Fame, needless to say, I was shocked. A conversation with fellow alum and friend that lives in McPherson, a couple weeks after I got the news, put my exact thoughts into words. He came up to me to congratulate me and said, "So what did you do?" And I looked at him and I quickly responded, "I don't know." I didn't know who nominated me. And to be honest, I really didn't know what I did. His question was genuine and he was being honest. He just wanted to know, did I miss something, right? Did you get an award or did you do something that I just wasn't aware about? And I'm like, no, I still don't know what I did. So regardless, the conversation triggered imposter syndrome. So I struggle from it a little bit, as well as many academics do. And so, like, you get that question of, what did you do? And I'm like, well, I don't think I did anything. And, you know, that leads down the path. I still couldn't quite figure it out. But all I know is that because of the small bit of self-doubt that I've had, I've always worked hard to validate the support and the confidence that the people in my life have put into me. And I've had a whole lot of those. Throughout my life, I've been surrounded by people that have gotten me to where I'm at today, and I can't thank them enough. My parents and siblings have been my best cheerleaders. Thank you. My wife, Autumn, who is still the best thing I took away from Southwestern College. My kids, Noah and Hannah, are my support system and my inspiration, and I wouldn't be here without their love. Thanks for going on the adventure with me. My friends and roommates, Matt, James, and Nathan, thank you for being here. I might be biased, but what an outstanding group of Southwestern College graduates. Nathan said, and I've yet to validate this, but once I found out that I got the award, he said, "We are the first roommate duo to be Hall of Famers." And so I have not looked through the whole entire list of Hall of Famers yet to validate whether there was any other previous roommates yet, but that was pretty cool, right? We had a lot of fun here at Southwestern College. We worked hard, we inspired each other, right? We had a lot of fun. We inspired each other. Thank you for all the memories, guys. I would go back and do it all over with you again. A short story that not many people know about, but has always stuck with me and is probably one of the reasons that I'm standing here right now as an SC grad. after my freshman year, I was really struggling with whether I come back to Southwestern College. I had plans to potentially transfer and go up to KU, where I had other friends where things were a little bit more financially able for me to cover them. I got a phone call from my roommate, Matt Harris's dad, in the middle of the summer, and he knew that I was thinking about transferring. And we had a long conversation, and ultimately he said, "Can I help you? Can I help you pay for college? Can I give you a loan? Can I help you do this? Because I want you to come back to Southwestern College." To have somebody call me and make me feel like I was valuable took me back to Southwestern College. So it was that phone call that kind of got me to where I'm at. The faculty group that I had here at SC was literally 1 in a million. They are the who's who of SC notables, and I would love to have taken classes from Tamara and Rick Cowlishaw and all of the people that are current faculty here. But the list of faculty that I got a chance to experience when I was here is absolutely fantastic. Doc Wimmer gave me the tour that brought me to Southwestern College. Max Thompson gave me a job at the greenhouse, taught me botany, taught me how to be a birder, right? And it is the fascination with birds and going out into the wetlands that really switched. I was coming to college to be an MD. I was going to be a surgeon until I took a couple classes with Max Thompson and Gene Young, and I found that fascination of, can I go outside? So, thank you. I still have your Birds of Kansas books signed on my bookshelf that I show off proudly, that I use still. Charlie Hunter, my academic advisor, set me in my place more times than I can imagine when I did something I shouldn't have or when I was going astray. Thank you. Pat Ross, your classes in ecology and animal behavior, and you know what, as much as you poked fun at me for genetics, right? I taught genetics for 8 years at McPherson College. So clearly it stuck with it. I was very, very happy to hand it off to somebody who was well better suited to teach genetics than I was. But it stuck with me. Your classes stuck with me, and they guided me into the research and the PhD programs and everything I've done since in ecology and animal behavior. Thank you. Gene Young and his love of the outside and outdoors and just going to get dirty and just look at things, right? Guided me. Terry Barnett, I'm not sure how he got me through organic chemistry because I see so many students at my school struggle through organic chemistry. And I remember back, and I really don't remember how I got through the course that I did, but it's thanks to Terry Barnett. My graduate advisors after here, my current employer, sorry to bring that up, but they have put so much confidence in me. My colleagues that I work with every day has put so much confidence in me. Thank you all again for your support. SC was a special place for me. It gave me space to grow as a person and as a scientist and as an educator. My son Noah is currently looking at colleges for next year, and I have repeated over and over to him that if I could go back and relive 4 years of my life, I would go back to college, and I would come back to this place. Thank you to SC and the Natural Sciences Division for this honor. I'm humbled by this acknowledgement. This fall, I had decided I was going to take a break and take it easy for a while. But then I got the phone call. Now I have to get back to work and validate this honor. But I wouldn't have it any other way, so thank you.
Wow, it's hard to get back up here. So, in closing, I would like to thank everyone here for your attendance, your attention, and your participation tonight. It has been a pleasure to spend the evening celebrating the outstanding achievements of our selective alumni with you. I would like to congratulate each of the inductees and their families, Bryan Dennett, Stephanie Kesler, and Dustin Wilgers. Please know that all of us, faculty, staff, and students, are incredibly grateful for your presence and your continued support. I would also personally like to say thank you for your dedication and hard work that each of you put into your career that resulted in your being honored here tonight. Thank you for being an inspiration to all of us, but especially to our current and future students. Each of our inductees make us incredibly proud. Nights like these remind us of what is possible for each and every student. We always leave feeling good about what we do. And we are reminded, too, of the significance of this college, of Southwestern, and of our work here together on this hill in learning and teaching. Lives are changed forever. Thank you, Bryan, Steph, and Dustin, for being an inspiration to our current and future students. Through your work, you model for them what it means to be mound builders in the world, for the world. You may not be aware of the silent witness that you bear to our students, of all the possibilities that exist for them out there, but you do, and I, for one, appreciate your assistance in this. I would also encourage our students to remember that being successful and making the world a better place does not require global recognition or winning some huge, notorious top prize. Instead, it requires hard work, dedication, and a commitment to serve others, as our inductees tonight have all demonstrated so well. So again, our sincere appreciation for your attendance this evening, and congratulations to our Hall of Fame inductees. Go Builders!